for mass firings. Well, that's not good if we're talking about government shutdown, and we are. That's the message the White House is giving government agencies. You better prepare for mass shutdowns. Not good for crypto. But we're going to talk about an investor, an early investor of a mega company. Their wisdom about how Sailor's a douche and you should avoid Sailor and go directly to BTC. Speaking of price and going directly to things, we'll talk XRP and HBAR. Why? Well, because y'all want to know if we've hit the bottom, right?
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
It's not only a warning, it's a lifestyle. And you know what else is a lifestyle? Putting you, the viewer, first. That's why I bring you stories even late on Friday night. Now, before we get into the news, like the White House saying, buckle up, kiddos, we might be shutting down after all. Your comments come first. Well, I mean, my wife does, but she's got to recover first, and then you come first. Well, okay, in videos you do, right? In crypto you do, in YouTube you do, in the bedroom. Okay, look here. Line sources. I'm fairly new to this channel. Oh shit! And I have to say, it's already my favorite crypto channel. Choo choo bitches from down here in Miami. Well, thank you, kind sir. I'm glad the humor and the offensiveness doesn't get to you. There's a lot of crypto knowledge that's in here, though. We're going to talk about a stock company that plummeted 87%. Here, look at this. Look at this. I'll move it out of the way. Look at that. Oh, tanker friend. Because they're pivoting to buying crypto. So just because you're a piece of shit doesn't mean you're a piece of shit. And then all of a sudden when companies do these things, you can tell when investors just absolutely bail. Altcoin season, we'll get there. Why? I got more comments. Happy Friday, brother Klaus. Just got to gobble up more talking about the prices. And this is Alan McMaster. Alan shopping wine. Discount aisle 5, baby. Melting faces. No. Giant Mad Bum says $50 silver for sure. I asked you, we're going to get to $3.50 XRP first or $50 silver? $50 silver. You get a vote. Good job, my man. By the way, silver stackers in the house, comment down below. Minute Dog hanging out in the upstate says, yo, man, I like the new intros. The one with Sailor was cheesy AF until you had music to it. Whenever crypto affords me a new laptop, I have tons of one-offs for you. Might be a few months. Oh, no harm, no foul, my guy. You know I love picking on the Sailor Dog, but today we're leveling off. You notice that we're mostly in the green. Now, granted, prices still kind of suck. I get it. You know, XRP at 278 is not really wowing anyone, and BNB at 954 is pretty juicy. Sol at 200, well, you know, ETH at 4,016, okay. But we've been higher. Fuck yeah, we have. Altcoin season index, 71 out of 100. So what's going on here? Well, everything had a big ass pummeling, and BTC just is not faring the best. All these cryptos you see green here on the screen. Look, I'll scroll slowly for people that are slow. Or if you're driving, you know, that's probably not the best thing to do is be watching YouTube. But look at this. BTC right here. Up 2% last 90 days. That's BTC. These are the only ones below it. Who's in the bottom of the fucking pile? Picoin, of course. It's like shooting fish in a barrel at this point. Okay, but look at all the ones that are doing better than BTC over the last 90 days. Oh, so there's a big list, right? It's a big list. So the store of value play isn't really showing out much. Why? Because all of this optimism you're seeing in the alts beating BTC here as of late is because of the optimism of regs. Trump's White House says, screw your optimism, though, and ask federal agencies to consider mass firings if the government shutdown happens. Well, okay. Basically, here's where we're at. No resolution at the time of me doing this video. Both sides really not kind of working together at all right now. We got a little bit of a friction thing going on. Everything government-wise is just going to be put on hold until we chew through this poop sandwich. All right. Financially, same thing. This is like a vacuum, right? This is kind of like one of those phenomena where like a vacuum appears, it sucks all the fucking energy from like the world, and we just have to chew through the poop sandwich. So instead of this being something cool, like a black hole, we're all like, yo, this is what these things look like, or, you know, like all that. And not that like, you know, NASA shit where it's like all pixeled up, but like where you could really see the shit. It just shows up. Deal with it. It's going to be over, I promise. The White House circulated a directive late on Wednesday to federal agencies asking them to explore firing at least some of their workers if a government shutdown happens, amplifying the stakes of Washington's ongoing gridlock. And remember, when government shuts down, government funding already also shuts down as well. So businesses going to be a little bit hurt, especially the ones that suck on the government teeth. The plan this time around, according to the memo, could be for the government to send certain workers home and then eventually reopen, but only retain the minimal numbers of employees to carry out a statutory function. So basically just like a skeleton crew. Not good. So why are crypto prices leveling off? Well, because we're sitting here going, well, are you going to run us off a cliff or not? If you're going to run us off a cliff, we're going to go more red. If not, and you guys over the next few days start working together, because remember the deadline is midnight on the 30th going into the 1st. If all of a sudden we get closer to that time and you don't hear anything about like talks going well, things being good, well, we might be in the red zone. Discount aisle 5 and 6. Smart Digital Group, as I said earlier, stock crashed 87% after pivoting to crypto. Wow. Okay. I guess the market has spoken. I have shared with you this chart. This is their overall chart from May when they started early into now, and you can see they did really good up to $25 and have now sunk it all the way on down to $1.85, losing another 10 cents in aftermarket to $1.75. Smart Digital Group faced a brutal investor revolt as its NASDAQ-listed shares imploded following a surprise announcement to establish a diversified cryptocurrency asset pool, a move markets widely viewed as high risk. That's not good. The move likely drew investor backlash due to vague details diverging from peers that saw stock surges after similar pivots. Meanwhile, regulators are probing trading activity in companies adopting crypto strategies, saying, yo, what's going on with that shit? The move is designed to strengthen Smart Digital Group's position in the digital asset ecosystem while leveraging the growing blah, 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 blah. By allocating resources to these established digital asset, company enhances to enhance its portfolio, blah, 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 blah. Shareholders didn't care. It collapsed about 87%. An early Uber investor says, yo, avoid Michael Saylor. He's just a tool. Buy BTC directly. You know, we've talked about MicroStrategy stock here, and what's really interesting about this is I hear Saylor pimp a lot about Bitcoin, and he does pimp strategy stock as well. But he's really, really leaning heavier on BTC, almost like he's married to BTC and not to his company. And it's a little bit of a weird vibe when you think of it like people out there. It's just, he's an odd one, right? And so what this guy is saying is, look, MicroStrategy shares ain't where it's at. Buy your BTC directly. Cal Canis, who has emerged as one of the most vocal strategy bears, believes there's a 75% chance that he's going to end up being correct. Saylor recently stated that investors should stay as far away from him as possible. Ooh, that's not good. Stay far away from the Saylor dog. He is cringy. The shares of the biggest Bitcoin corporate treasury holder, which boasts a total sum of 639,000 coins, have now plunged 35% from their local peak. So basically saying, look, if you want Bitcoin exposure, the better way to do it in this dude's opinion is to go to BTC directly. Speaking of going to things directly, HBAR, kind of leveling off here, right? I mean, let's go to the 7-day and you can see what I'm talking about. You see what I mean? Had this movement here from the 25th of September, rolling it on through to today. And yes, it looks like we are kind of bottoming out. But then again, we need to see what the updates are from what? The government. Damn it. So HBAR, look. That vacuum, that government vacuum, that is your price action for now, right? Good news from the White House, good news for crypto, HBAR, bad news from White House, bad news for crypto and HBAR, right? Plain and simple. In fact, I think you could have this about everything. As we've gone through some government turmoil as of late, you can see the crypto market cap shrink from $4.12 trillion to now sitting at $3.77 trillion. That's not good. Now, the volume is good for exchanges because they're making lots of money. Outflows are happening. Players are kind of bailing a little bit on the institutional side here. If you go to the 1 year, you can see exactly what's going on. Look at this. You see the trend? Yeah, look at that. Right? You had lots of orange, then it got replaced by blue. Now some outflow action. All right, we're paying attention to you. So HBAR fans, like I said, you just got to chew through the government poop sandwich. I'm sorry that the ecosystem specific news doesn't move the price action of this bad boy. Well, it really doesn't with a lot of cryptos out there. It's macros right now, and shitty macros like U.S. government shutdowns. So do you buy BTC? Do you buy MicroStrategy, better known as Strategy now, instead? Or do you screw both of those? We're going to the alts, Right now, the altcoin season is saying, baby, we going for the alts. Screw the say man. And this is a very sad time for me because, as you can see, I am a Chicago White Sox fan. See, I got my Sox stuff on. And this is the last weekend of baseball. And it's a very sad weekend in my household because we're not going to the playoffs. In case anyone out there is still watching and you know baseball, the White Sox have put up their third turd in a row. And you know, no bandwagon fan here. I got lots of cool Sox stuff hanging out over there and over there. You see it up on the wall, and it's sad. So this means we're gonna have to pivot to hockey. Choo-choo what? Well, it's not choo-choo White Sox in the playoffs. Yeah, that certainly didn't happen this year, but it is choo-choo bitches. Go White Sox. We're gonna sweep the Nationals this weekend. No, we're not. But we're gonna act like we are until the game starts, and then we're in trouble. Choo-choo.